Genuinely insane Iron Mouse situation. By ref, we're going in. Apparently, there's been shit going on with Iron Mouse. Apparently, a new model looks like a child or whatever, misogyny. We're going in. Also, please consider like and subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're seeing what's going on here.
Hey, what's up guys, Ruff here. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about another situation where people on Twitter are trying to cancel the VTuber Iron Mouse. Obviously, most people watching this video...
This is like the third or fourth time, by the way. This is like the third or fourth time, mind you. It is like the third or fourth time. Isn't that crazy? Again.
have heard of her. She has been the subject of some of the weirdest cancellation campaigns you'll ever see. And this time it has to do with this apparently problematic outfit she is wearing with her VTuber model.
Don't tell me they're comparing. I could see them comparing her to the 3Ks. Why does he... Now that is mentioned, I see the similarity. Cancel her now. Anyway, what exactly is the problem? I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see the problem. Where is it? I don't see it. Looks normal to me.
This is the official artist who created it, right here displaying it for everyone to see. And apparently this is the product of over-sexualization, which is also...
Isn't... This looks like the least sexualized Iron Mouse outfit I have seen in a while. Where is the sexualization? Where is... Some dumb really said, oh, you should read Sony TOS and ask him if it includes getting a refund in case they delete the games they purchased. And he blocked me because he can't answer and hasn't read it himself. Well, yeah, obviously, you can't refund, right? Didn't they nuke just 500 movies? Anyways, it's just which actually, it's just the, this is just the most what? Where? They're sexualization. Wait, I get it. I get it. Were the people criticizing her, female Muslims? Right? Her face is showing. That's sexual. And their hair.
Also apparently the product of a misogynistic culture, and also apparently, unless you're not an American, you won't understand what this person is trying to cancel her for. Now, this, of course, is a design that is essentially cosplaying the character Coco from the anime Witch Hat Atelier, and you can see the post in question that...
Where's the sexualization? Where is it? Where? I mean, I'm weary of this anime because, well, to keep it simple, I know the UN has been pushing it, so I don't trust it. But, like, where is the sexualization? I call that person a freak in his her main X account because of what that person said to Mel's design. Understandable so, though. What the huh?
Got the response we're talking about, where this account says, VTuber Iron Mouse has revealed a special Witch Hat Atelier inspired outfit created in collaboration with Crunchyroll for tonight's episode 1 watch along stream. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be deemed problematic by these so-called normal people on Twitter.
Yeah, it's just not, right? The face isn't covered, right? You're only supposed to see the eyes, and no hair, of course.
Once again, it is pure projection, and this person will explain in grueling detail as to why this is so problematic. So here is the person complaining, saying, sorry, this is really weird to me. It's a drawing of a 12-year-old girl. Why would you intentionally make her look like that against all physical logic of her uniform, style, and everything?
No way, this person is this retarded. You can't tell me that. This is a cosplay. What is she supposed to do? Change the body of her model? Yeah, next time we're gonna cut off women's boobs and ass so they look like the character, right? If they cosplay it so they look like the character, right? So if somebody wants to dress as a if somebody wants to dress, first of all, if somebody wants to dress up as a beefed up, I don't know, that one chick from One Punch Man with the green hair, right? Not the older, not the sister, the beefed up sister, the lolly sister, right? Tsumaki? I don't know. I haven't watched One Punch Man, right? Can a woman not cosplay her simply because she has like how does this work? I'm so 12-year-old, that person. It's also like they see this and immediately go to child. They see this and they immediately think child. I have a question. What's weirder? Seeing this and being like, oh yeah, cool cosplay, and seeing this like, this is a child. You're sexualizing a child. I would say the latter is weirder because, like, right, your brain immediately associates that with children. That's weird. What are we doing?
People on Twitter will literally be mad about anything, right? They are trying to insinuate that Iron Mouse is doing something wrong by having any sort of an outfit or design inspired by this character, because this person sees this and immediately has some pretty deranged thoughts. Now you can see this response right here really sums up this situation and so many situations on social media. People basically creating their own nightmare scenario, creating problems out of absolutely nothing just to have.
I'm going to make up a scenario and get mad about it, essentially. Tatsumaki, by the way, okay, right? I remember there's been drama about this as well, right? And people be like, you can't sexualize her. She look like, right? You can't dress like her. She looks like a child. And I'm like, buddy, have you ever seen a petite woman? I have seen them. I don't think any, right? People on the internet, particularly men pretending to be women, lecturing us on what women look like. If the proportions are too voluptuous, sexualized, if they aren't child, if it's too feminine, misogynistic, what these people want is just straight up just dudes with long hair. That's all they want. That's why I'm saying if you are into women with muscles, you are probably safe 40. You're somebody who's into safe 40 because you can't really say what you really want. Anyway, moving on.
Something to whine and moan about. But here is one reply saying it's a cosplay. It's the character dressed up as Coco. And the original poster responds by saying, I wrote a whole thread because this is the symptom of systematic misogyny at large. It would be really reductive if you dismissed it in such a baseless statement, as this person makes a completely baseless set of statements, including bringing up the big M word, misogyny. Worse yet, systematic misogyny. I guess what we're looking at here is the product of systematic misogyny. I'm sorry, I guess I'm not woke enough to understand what they're trying to say here, but this is absolutely insane.
I didn't get it. I'll be honest, I did not get it. I haven't. Hopefully it gets explained. If it isn't, explain it to me because I am confused. Where is the misogyny? Where is it systemic? Where? Show me. Was she forced to use this cosplay essentially for a model? Where is it?
Insane. And you can see again dismissing criticisms as reductive. Oh, you're too
By the way, there's over 1,000 mentally ill people that like this. Moving on.
Small brain to understand what I'm saying. This will be a theme later on, and also we will talk about this thread because it is just as deranged as you might guess. But here's another individual saying this is her model. Am I blind? I don't see anything wrong nor sexual about this. And talking as a VTuber rigger too, it's a screenshot from a low angle / looking up. Imagine the perspective with big breasts in that angle. You probably can't because it's all sexual for you, which is a very astute observation here for individuals like this who are so progressive and so against misogyny. It's very funny to see them look at something like this and make it sexual. And they think they're the good guys in this situation. And of course,
Here's a hot take. I'm gonna go even further. Here's a hot take. They're absolutely I think the term sexist very much applies here because you are having a crash out because you interpret something sexualized into this outfit, arguably sexualizing a woman that wasn't sexual before, meaning you are technically objectifying women already, right? You're already at this. Anyway, I finished my art. Not bad. Not bad.
of course, you can see some people trying to correct the original poster, saying not to be that guy, but that is how breasts work. They expand the fabric sat around them. On the exact, like physics and anatomy, sure, you can be picky, but you'd be against a mountain of VTubers with big breasts. Tons of cosplayers change form a bit based on the cosplayer's body, with some examples provided right here. Now, the original poster had a great response, saying, I did not say anything about breast size, plus, those are not the kind of clothes that work like Coco's uniform. Geez, really defending the honor of this fictional character, but they are not directly saying it in the original post, but they're very heavily implying what they mean. What else could they possibly be talking about when they're talking about her character here? It's covered up. It's fully clothed. What exactly is sexualized? What exactly is problematic? There's only one way you can even go.
The boobs have consent.
And they're trying to deny that. But I did mention that thread, right? Oh boy, it's a doozy. So after getting dragged by so many people on Twitter, they decided to release their manifesto explaining everything, completely untouchable. There's no way to debunk these amazing points. Let's give it a whirl here. Honestly, gonna lose my patience if I have to deal with more illiterate pancake wafflers. There is no justification for unnaturally sexualizing yourself when you're cosplaying a child. So I'm just gonna screenshot everything here instead.
We have a problem here. If she changes the model to fit, right, right. If she changes it to fit the way the character looks, right, arguably technically not a cosplay anymore because, right, you're cosplaying as the character. You are not trying to become literally the character anyway. But aside from that, right. Now you have the problem that people will call this like pred stuff. So like here they will call it pred stuff, and if Iron Mouse removes the issue that this mentally ill person has, they will still call her a pred because why are you cosplaying a child? Shut the fuck up. There is no child. This is a fictional character, right? It has no feelings. It is not a real person. It will not get mad if Iron Mouse looks like that. It will not get mad if anybody draws weird art. Nobody cares except you. This character is not real. It is not a real person. Reality is not fiction, and reality are different. This is definitely one of there's another one of these. Reality, like this is not a child. This is pixels. Those are pixels on a screen
of typing it out. So basically they're accusing Iron Mouse of sexualizing herself in the character while she is literally fully clothed. And also, that's not what she does with her content. And also, they're saying cosplaying a child referring to an anime character. It's literally peak delusion. But they continue on with their numbered list, their numeric list of everything wrong here, saying number one, this is not just a woman with breasts. I have breasts. They don't work like.
I highly doubt you do. I believe this is a man who thinks he is a woman. Moving on. Every time with these posts, I believe this is a dude. And I will continue to believe this is a dude until I've seen otherwise. Because if women come out and say, yo, this is how breasts work, and you as a woman say, no, they don't, there's either two things. You don't have breasts. You're as flat as an ironing board. No problem with that. Or you're a dude.
That for elaboration on what the issue is. See number 2 for elaboration on unrealism. See number 3. Sir, this is a Wendy's. What are we talking about here? But they continue on. Number 2, it's a model of a person who depicts themselves sexually. When? When did they do that? What are you talking about? In your mind?
I don't even think Iron Mouse does anything super sexual, so like there's that. Huh?
Is that what you're trying to say? I think that's only happening in your mind, but they say, I don't care about that, while clearly caring about it. Do what you want. In this case, however, when you change the physical nature of the body and the logic of the cosplayed underage character's clothes in favor of being sexual, it's a problem. Yeah, it's a problem if you're terminally online and you didn't get enough oxygen at birth. Yeah, I'm sure that is a problem to you, the situation we're talking about. But also, changing the physical nature, it's basically the essentially it's a cosplay for a VTuber. It's a VTuber's version of cosplaying as a character. Of course, the anatomy is going to look a little different. It's going to change the physical nature of what the original character looks like because their characters don't have the same body type. It's just the uniform.
Would this retard crash out if a adult woman IRL would cosplay as this character? Would this person crash out? Can people just not cosplay characters if their body type doesn't particularly fit that character? Is that what this person is trying to say? Huh. Not so much about choice after all.
Moving from one to the other, but they don't understand that. But they continue on number 3 to really hammer
because this is not a woman.
This home. The chest starts from the collarbone for some reason. Again, I don't care. 2 straight paragraphs about not caring about the subject matter. I don't care about anatomical errors, but considering the quality of the rest of the art, it's not an error. It's a visual choice. Additionally, we have a whole sequence of Coco putting on the uniform. It's entirely possible for it to work the way it's shaded here on any chest size unless it was tailored to be sexual, and additionally had the cloth at the chest pushed in at its center. Not an ounce of realism, so don't BS me with how it's just a regular chest. Okay.
So we have multiple options here, okay, dog, and people who cosplay Misty from Pokemon isn't a problem when they are in this. No, it's a problem because that is this person's favorite character. That's why this person is crashing out, right? But like, said 2 times, doesn't care. 4-part paragraph. Anyway, 4-part paragraph, by the way. For now, there's probably more. At least 5. Anyway. Multiple women in the replies say, this is how booba work. This person says, this is not how booba works, which makes me believe that this person doesn't have booba. And instead of ballsack, but that's what or an axe wound. It's either or. Second thing. This is art. This is fiction. Let me repeat this. This is fiction. Oh, and they're probably a retard as well, right? This is fiction. Because why? Here's what I would probably find this in this account. It's gonna be a lot of Yuri. That's also an option that I'm gonna see here.
So yeah, when they said they didn't mention anything about the chest, that's exactly what they're doing. They were lying, right? And also, they're just so mad about what? The shading? The shading is what's got them so worked up. The shade of consent, the cosplay of consent. What are we even talking about anymore? This person's mad about chest shade.
The VTuber cosplay of consent. We went from the height of consent, right? Because that's also something. If your woman is significantly shorter than you or under a certain height, she cannot date, right? Period. She cannot date anybody taller than her because that would make her, right? That would make her a victim, right? Because she's obviously a child if she's below what 5 feet and or 5 feet and right. I would just right if she's like 40, she's still a child. We had the head size of consent, the eyes of consent, the hair of consent, the outfits of consent, the boobs and butt of consent. We had it all now. I think we also had the fingers of consent.
They're that mad, they're writing a light novel about it, trying to demonize a VTuber. But they continue on in number 4. Realism is not the subject here, even though you've literally just wrote 3 paragraphs in a row talking about it. We are all humans. We know stuff isn't done in a certain way out of creative freedom. We can all see the kinds of audience and reaction the creators of those things want, especially when it comes to how particularly younger women are depicted.
This person sees child stuff where there is none. We've completely lost the plot. This has lost all meaning. Crazy. Oh, in the next paragraph, this thing says that he doesn't know, or she doesn't know, or they don't know, whatever you are, doesn't know anything about Iron Mouse. But then the goal is to sexualize, but you don't know it. I can't with these people. These people are stupid. Again, same voting power as me.
What do you mean by that? No, seriously, what do you mean by that? Are you implying there's something predatory going on here? Are you implying that Iron...
Yes. 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 Yes, he is. This is a man.
Iron Mouse's audience is predatory, and that's what she's catering to with that model, not to mention her regular content and regular outfits and VTuber models. But like this one in particular, you think there's something nefarious being catered to here? Take your meds. But they write another one saying, I don't know anything about Iron Mouse. Oh. You don't know anything about her, but you're claiming that she is sexualizing herself. You don't know anything about her, but you're trying to cancel her on Twitter over this outfit. Okay, buddy. But they say, I'm not saying anything about her as a person. Yes, you are. But this specific situation is a symptom of misogyny in the industry at large, and it's BS to ignore the way...
In what industry? Anime? VTubing? This person didn't particularly specify about anything. But that, besides... I'm just incredibly confused how it is. How is it misogyny? She's just cosplaying a fictional character as a fictional character, essentially. How? How?
People do. Amazing. We got a 2-time misogyny mention right here. Also, it's very funny. You're basically screwed if you do, screwed if you don't, right? If your character is flat, they think you're problematic. If you have some chest size, you're also problematic. It's all just misogyny. There's literally no direction you can go that will appease these maniacs. But we now arrive at number 5. It's a cosplay, not actually Coco. Refer to number 2. So all women can...
By the way, misogyny This anime and manga is created, by the way, by a woman. I know women are scary, but it's true. It is made by a woman. You're essentially just saying that the creator is misogynistic. Get the fuck out. Because I'm pretty sure that the creator's probably pretty happy that somebody is cosplaying as the character she created. And by the way, I can give you a recommendation. It's called A Streamer Who Threatened a Minor by Turkey Tom. Oh god, Turkey Tom. Sure, I'll look at that in a bit. Oh god, we're going in deeper.
Can't have breasts now. Refer to number 1. All anime art styles are unrealistic. It's a fantasy world. Who cares? Refer to number 4. What was the point of number 5? Number 5 was just to refer back to 3 other points. I don't think you needed number 5 if you did such a good job of explaining your insane logic, but they wrap it up with an absolute banger. Normally with these disaster threads, they end by saying, muting this, I don't care anymore, I'm not even paying attention anymore, while they're clearly still paying attention, but they go a new route, attacking Americans. We got July 4th coming up soon, buddy, 250 years.
You are American, therefore I don't take you seriously. That is kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy. I bet that if this person dropped like I don't know, whatever, Turkish do not interact, she'd probably be called racist. That is a crazy take, by the way. That is insane. So like, even if you're right, you're still wrong because you're American, essentially. You poor Americans. I feel sorry for you. This person doesn't take you seriously.
Years of great history. How dare you? So close to America's birthday. They say, last note, Americans, do not interact. I seriously don't have the patience to deal with whatever you, in quotes, people were fed in school. Oh boy, this is a school issue now. This is a schooling issue. Well, I'm glad everywhere outside of the United States.
You have been taught about boop. No, well, neither have I. We had like sex education like once in 7th class, and that was it. 7th grade, and that was it. It's like, boobs don't work. Like, right? What I imagine this person went to school is like, the teacher came in and looked like artwork and showed him this, like, this is not how boobs work. This is how boobs work. What? Is this what I'm about to imagine? I don't believe that this is a woman. I don't believe that this is a woman.
States apparently was taught about the designs of VTuber models and chest shading. Yeah, everyone else is so uneducated. How did this become an American versus non-American thing? It's actually insane. Also implying that Americans aren't people. Wow. Shiver Me Timbers, Reddit just called. It wants its edgy, safe humor back. But yeah, you can see the total waving of the white flag of defeat here. This person's absolutely cooked. And you can see some more comments here saying, I've read the whole thread and, maybe the internet is not for you. Genuinely, like, maybe you shouldn't be online. Yes, I don't think someone like this is really cut out for the internet. If this is something that is literally rustling their jimmies this hard, where they're crashing out and making long threads, whining about chest shades and...
Well, looking at the account, this might also just be an Indian man pretending to be a woman. Moving on. Anyway, right? Because if you look at the account, right, it straight up says connected account based in South Asia. This might just be an Indian man pretending to be a woman. I'm just a guy who happens to be in Texas. Well, she doesn't like people from the United States. Wait, she said America. She didn't specify which America. North or South America? Well, the poor Mexicans.
How it's the product of industrial misogyny or whatever dribble this person was trying to say. But here's another point. This person says, posts like this make me kind of sad because, like, if I want to cosplay one of the girls, I'd be accused of sexualizing a child because I have a very large chest that I have no control over. It causes me chronic pain and I can't even bind because of the size. So apparently that's disgusting of me. Yes, it is. I'm so glad you're realizing.
If you, ladies, I know I have a good amount of ladies. Ladies, it is quite simple, okay? If you have boobs, bad. If you have no boobs, bad. So do whatever you like. Because it's bad. If you want to cosplay, it's bad regardless, right? No boobs, bad. Boobs, bad. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Right? If you have boobs, you're sexualized at all times, right? You're just a walking sex machine. And if you don't have any, you're a child, right? You have no agency. You are akin to a toddler. You are always a victim, and right? You're just unattractive overall. You should be dating at all, right? You're essentially just a pred bait, whatever, right? I've seen this, by the way, right? I've seen flat-chested women be called bait, and that's all. That's all, right? And it's like right? You can't win, so like do whatever you like, because I feel like you should not appease mentally ill people on the internet. That's all. That's all. If you want to cosplay a character, fucking do it the way you like. I don't care.
The logic behind this totally.
Except if you just put on the wig and then wear lingerie. Then you're a hoe. Then you're not cosplaying. Because I've seen this as well, right? They put on the wig, Freerin wig, dress themselves sexually, and it's like, oh, I'm cosplay. No, you're not. Anyway. Did you hear about Minecraft saying private servers are illegal? I heard about politicians saying that. Anyway.
Insane individuals post. Yeah, if you're endowed, you can't cosplay these characters. I'm sorry. It's not only misogynistic and I guess in this case internalized misogyny or something like that, some buzz phrase, but also, very predatory. And also, I would assume the same person would be very mad if it's the opposite, right? If you have the opposite chest size, that's problematic too. It just goes back to how nothing makes these people happy, right? Flat, endowed, doesn't matter. It's all problematic. It's all a product of misogyny. Apparently, all sizes
are banned now. The only thing you can go is being like masculine as a man. Then you're totally fine, right? Then you're okay, right? Or you just straight up are a biological male saying you're a woman. That works too.
Created by the industrial misogyny complex. I don't really know, ladies and gentlemen. All I know is my brain is busted. This is what caused a controversy. This. My goodness. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please consider liking the video.
Indeed, do that. Yeah, that's the end. These people are mentally ill. There's no way to put it. This is mental illness. This is meant, first of all, they cannot differentiate between fiction and reality. Then they get mad over a not sexualized cosplay, whatever. It's just mental illness. I think it is mental illness. I do think so, right? When they say first world problems, this is what they mean, right? When people say first world problems, this is what they mean. If you got so little going on in your life that this is what you crash out over. And over 1,000 people agreeing with it. Unless it was botted. But I don't know. But yeah, this is what people get mad over. This is crazy.